because a woman, the beginning of sin, man. And Esau's the man of sin. So you can spiritually see how it all connects, man.
So she changeth as the wind, man.
They connect, man, to that. Can two walk, at least they be agreed. They're gonna walk together because they're wicked, man.
Correct.
That's why we're gonna separate ourselves from all of that. Because we're real men. That's why it says, remember and show yourselves men. A man, he know he ain't gonna get it now. He gonna get, if he does the right thing and he stays on the right path, he'll get it later on down the line. So right now we gotta suffer to eventually get that objective. Enter in at the straight gate. Right? So dealing with them difficulties, man, to eventually get to that reward. What did Paul say? I press for the high calling. I press towards that mark, forgetting things that are behind, man, and reaching for the things that are before. I believe that's Philippians, man.
Yes.
This is Philippians 3 verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahushua. Right, I press towards the mark. The mark, man. That mark.
The spiritual mark, man.
That mark. I pressed for that mark, man. That exemption from judgment. But we ain't trying to get taste of that second death. That's the last. That's what it says, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and then destruction, man. That's the last plague. That's the last of the last. That's the worst of them all. And I did a video about Satan 2, boy. Yeah. Satan 2. Then it's not just Russia that's equipped with the missiles, man. They got the largest missile weaponry. With all the other nations they got in, man. I said the 10 horns shall hate the horn and destroy her and burn her with fire. So you can just imagine the noise and pestilence, the destruction. The earth shall rule to and fro. That's the last pestilence, that's the last plague, man. That's why I said I press for that mark, man. I'm not trying to taste that shit. I'm pressing for it. I'm doing all that I can. I'm doing all that I can so I get that exemption. Go on, you got some.
People actually going to burn into that nuclear fire, man. It's going to be terrible. Like, you're going to burn into like a nuclear missile, man.
Yeah. While your spirit is still inside of you. Remember, the fire hasn't even reached you yet. It's the radiation is literally burning your skin off your bones.
Before the heat.
And you're still on your feet. That's why they stand upon their feet. So you're still alive, man. The spirit is still intact.
And you got Russia. Russia, they got Satan 1 and the Satan 2.
And 2.
Yeah. But then they got one called Moab. Mother of all Bobs.
They're going to be the watchful. Moab, you know.
Yeah, Moab.
That's not a coincidence.
Mother of all Bobs.
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
Moab. Mother of bombs. That's, you know, Esau, he's the wicked, man. His blessing is the sword. He's gonna come up with that.
That's gonna be the wash pot for Esau, you know.
But you see, Jacob would never have come up with all this, man.
No.
All this is not in our spirit, man.
Name the other
It's not in our
nations.
spirit, bro.
We're plain men, man.
It's not in our spirit. In fact, I was about to bring that out. We're a plain man, man. We're in the text. Esau's a man of the world. He's a man of field. Like I said to the brother, the word field, when you go to Matthew 13, the field is the world. He's a man of the world, man. He's a natural man.
Even if you look at all these other nations, they got some kind of for want of a better word, righteousness about it. It's like, you're not going to see Ishmael think, you know what, I would have subdued them, so let me find the biggest man and tie him over a barrel. You know,
When the scripture says that,
yeah.
When the scripture says that if we had chosen any of these other nations, they would have halved them by now. So that was the show, you know.
Yeah, they're just base, like.
But it says, it talks about, if he was a thief would have
had enough,
He
yeah.
already had enough. But Esau, he's not like everybody else. That's what it says. That's what it says. He's not satisfied, man. He enlargeth his desire as hell. And he is as death, man. He can't be satisfied. See, nothing. This man. Here it is. This man. He killed everybody, man. He killed the northern kingdom. Yeah.
And that's
Took
the
away their culture. He put them in what was it? Boarding schools, the Roman Catholic schools. That's why they're burning down them churches, man. In Canada, man. Because the truth is being exposed about what they were doing to our children, man. You know when you get angry, bro? They did what I did to our children. Hundreds of graves, man. Hundreds of unmarked grave sites, man. No fucking pedophile. You know what they were fucking doing, man. Molesting them, man.
They're doing the same as Abel. God says, thy blood crieth unto me. So all our people that's, Esau's been murdering, don't they the spiritual realm? Like when you read the Revelation as well, I think it was 6 you said, where they're like, how long, O Lord, before you revenge our blood on... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's scary, bro. It's scary when you think about the spiritual side of all the injustices that this man has done. And because when you look at it, what did it say? This is Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Maybe start from verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Because of unrighteous and injuries, man. Because of this man's unrighteous dealings. That's why the crown will be taken from his head and placed upon one that is more profitable, man. That's why them churches are being burnt down, man. I mean, how many churches? I mean, it's over 40 or something, like over 50 churches, Roman Catholic churches being burnt down. That's through the spirit, man. When I saw that article, I'm thinking, yeah, all these groves, all these altars are being broken down. These pagan altars are being broken down, man. That's why I say, in the last days, all their idols will be thrown away, man. Them East Indians are throwing away their idols.
In abundance.
These Roman Catholic churches are being burnt down. You know what I'm saying? So through the spirit, as we get closer and closer to the coming of our Lord, this truth is going to be getting bolder and bolder, while the wicked is decreasing and decreasing, man.
That vibration of how much being pushed out.
Being pushed out.
We've got brothers in Asia, America, Europe, all this, them preaching the word, that vibration is being...
That's powerful, man. I want you to say that. You're on camera, man. So
basically, you have all these camps like in Asia, in Africa, in Europe, in America, North America, South America, all these different continents, and we're prophesying. So that vibration of Yahweh Shai is being brought out, man.
Yeah, because we have to understand is that we're now seeing it more and more. That it said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the pulling down of strongholds. And that's literally what we're doing. We're literally pulling down this spiritual vibration is being brought out, and it's destroying the wicked vibration of this earth, man.
It's that spiritual fire before the physical fire.
Brothers and sisters waking up while this earth is going down, is spiraling down the drain, man. It's being brought to hell. Destruction.
That's why you got sinkholes popping up everywhere, literally as well.
So what?
And that's why you literally got sinkholes popping up everywhere as well, man. That's like you say.
That's right. And there's other things I want to bring out in this verse, Hebrews 11 and 13, man. Because I didn't even finish. I looked up faith, right?
Just to add on to what the brother was saying, this is Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for witness unto all nations, and then shall it end come. So like the brother was saying about that vibration, because the word is going out.
This word is condemning this place.
know it
It's being judged by the word.
You can't see that.
I think it's Yahweh Shai said that it's not me that judges you, but the word is judging you. So let me get that. Because we're in that spirit right now. Let me get it. As it goes on. Please.
No, some people blind as hell, innit?
That's the word. John 12, verse 48.
This morning on the bus.
John chapter 12, verse let me start from verse 47. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. He that rejecteth me and receiveth not my words, have one that judgeth him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in that last day. That's right. It's this word that's going to judge you. It's just going to judge the ends of the earth, man. It's this word. You have to understand this word has a being. It has this word is an entity. It's not just words, man. These words aren't just words. It's like words have spirits attached to it. Like, that's why they call it spelling, as I can always bring out. And the elites, the global elite, the wicked rulers of this world, they put out spells, man, curses. They cast spells even on us. Like, even when I do videos, man, sometimes these random people come up on my comment board saying some weird shit that I can't even understand, man. But or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember you said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know it's them agents or whatever, them little warlocks or whatnot, man. Because they operate on YouTube as well. They don't just operate in the music industry, they operate on YouTube as well. So they're trying to push out a vibration with these curses. When we're bringing out this word, there's a Holy Spirit that's attached to it. That's why I said these words are... Look on whatever, man.
This is John 6:63, and it reads, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
There you go.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life."
Read that again.
John chapter 6, verse 63, it reads, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing.
Right.
The words that I speak unto you,
Right.
they are spirit, and they are life."
Right. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. What did it say? It said that. Read that first part. It's not.
It is the spirit that quickeneth.
It's just like you. The spirit that quickeneth. What do you say? It's the spirit that quickeneth. The spirit that maketh alive, man. So it literally is taking us from a dead estate, the valley of dry bones, to standing upon our feet confidently out in public. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of our enemies. We've been made our lively stones, man. We have a lively hope. Even though, there's balance, man. Even though our departure is taken from misery, our hope is full of immortality, man. Alright? Because of the word, this word alone, man, has strengthened us. And then it said that the flesh profiteth nothing.
That's right.
The thing that our people trust in, man, is not going to profit them nothing. And they think that this is not going to profit them nothing. But what they're doing is not going to profit them nothing. Then it says, these words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So there is a spirit that comes along with this doctrine, man. And that is the thing that's destroying the strongholds of Babylon. This world is deteriorating, man.
And that spirit we're talking about, like it said, is life. This place, the spirit on this place is death, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're combating the powers that be with this word.
There's
He has something first. You have something. Or did you bring out? You want to bring out? Okay, go.
Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High." So then that spirit, that, you know, that we live by.
That's right. That's right, man. You see what I'm saying?
I was going to say, these elite bankers, these Rothschilds, they involve demons on the left-hand side. So the same way they involve demons, you know, the balance is that we're, you know, pushing out that righteous vibration.
That's why, because it said that. It said, hold on, let me bring it out. Let me bring it out.
Yeah.
It said this, right?
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
The word media goes back to a demon, so they're invoking these demons.
This is Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. Right? Because this is the light. Because we were bringing it up before you came, we were going to the Greek, that the light is talking about this word and everything like that. This truth, this understanding. Right? And the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. So why did the Most High command the light to come forth? Because why? Let me read it. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right. So the darkness is talking about the ignorance concerning this truth. For the serpent has deceived the world, man. Has covered, he's the one responsible for withdrawing the truth from the earth. Because this serpent knows the truth. He knows the truth. He knew the truth before we knew it, man. So what it said what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And he covered off the faces of the judges, man. Most of them small people.
The thing is, to tell a good lie, you need to know the truth.
That's right.
You can't tell straight lies. That's right. You know, you have to mix up truth with the lies. So, like the brother said.
And also, it's explain how they sometimes everybody's supposed to be put in graves. You know,
right?
That means that other nations they knew who we were, but they saw our captivity. They never informed us who we were.
You know, they made a tunnel and a crafty council.
You understand? So we're spiritual warriors. We're fighting. Okay. So I said we went into last week, 2 Timothy 2 verse 3. Fight the good fight of faith. Now what it says is you're not entangled with the affairs of this life, but rather please him who have chosen him to be a good soldier. Or no man that warreth. Entangled, that's right. So this is a war, this is a spiritual war. That says we're not fighting against flesh and blood here. What are we fighting against? Principalities, demons, man, spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what we're fighting. There's an actual vibration we're fighting against. And in the darkness, a lot of our people are groping in the darkness, man. Again, I've put that out before.
That's a condemnation, man.
Right. But our people love the darkness rather than the light, man. See what I'm saying? They loved it, man. But yeah, that's right. But let me just go back to this Hebrews thing. I just want to bring that up. Right, so this Hebrews 11:13. These all died in the faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off.
Visionaries, man. Visionaries. Yeah. And that's what our people are. That's why it says, in your patience possess your soul. You know what I'm saying? Our people ain't got no patience. Oh, you have to die to get the kingdom. Like, have patience. You know what I'm saying?
And what does patience mean? To suffer.
That's right. Don't suffer. But then our people don't want to suffer. They'll think about, well, look what we went through already, and not realizing that it's your own fault anyway why you went through what you're going through.
And this, I looked at the word persuaded. Like you were persuaded of these things, right? Let me read it for the edification. Hebrews 11 verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, right? So I looked up the word persuade.
G3982. ISO.
Right. Which means persuade, to induce one by words to believe. To make friends of, to win one's favor, gain one's goodwill, or to seek to win one, strive to please one, to tranquilize. So this is our tranquility. This is where peace comes from. To persuade one to move or induce one to persuasion to do something, right? To be persuaded, to suffer oneself to be persuaded, to be induced to believe, to have faith. Right. To listen to, obey, yield to, or comply with. That's around here. That's okay. You see the word embrace.
Let's look at that. Pilgrims as well.
The word embrace means to just to receive joyfully. That's what that is.
Pilgrims.
What is this, man? It says used of those accosting anyone. Yeah, embracing. Of those who visit one to see him a little while, departing almost immediately afterwards, to pay respects to a distinguished person by visiting him. Of those who greet one whom they meet in the way. A salutation was made not merely by a slight gesture and a few words, but generally by embracing and kissing. A journey was retarded frequently by saluting. That's more carnal. That's more of a carnal sense. But let me look at the word pilgrim. The word pilgrim,
G3927.
right? The word there is one who comes from a foreign country into a city or land to reside there by the side of the natives. A stranger, sojourning in a strange place, a foreigner. In the New Testament, metaphoric in reference to heaven as the native country. One who sojourns on earth. So heaven is supposed to be our native country. So when it says the kingdom of our heaven, that's people think that that's a place in the sky. It's talking about our native country.
Our first estate, man. That was our first estate that the scripture talks about.
See?
That we left, man.
That's right. See? So basically, so again, our people are not knowing the scriptures, man. If they studied to show their source of proof, they'd say that it's talking about our native country, one who sojourns on earth, man. We're the sojourners. We're in the spirit of Abraham, man. We're in that spirit of Abraham. Because what did they say? Let me just get this real quick. This is Hebrews chapter 11, by verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. But if you read the verse, it says, and he went out. And he went out of the Chaldees, not knowing whether he went, man. You know what I'm saying? So what did he go by? He went by faith. Okay? And a pilgrim is a spiritual traveler. A spiritual traveler, man. Meaning we know that this is not our rest. And when you're not in your rest, man, you're going through the opposite of rest. You're going through, you're buffeted, you're uncomfortable. You're troubled on every side. Okay, you got demons afflicting you. Okay, you're miserable, you're sorrowful. But at the same time, you got that joy because you got this truth. The Most High is giving you the strength to carry on, man. Okay, He's equipped you with the weapons you need to strengthen you. He's giving you sufficient. He sufficed you, like what He did with Paul. Paul had a thorn in his flesh, and he asked the Most High thrice to remove it from him. But then Yahweh Shai said, "What? My grace is sufficient for you, man. Meaning, just do the work." You know what I mean?
I was meditating on what the brother was saying about, visionaries, because people, the only time they're going to come to the realization is when chariots of the Lord start shooting lasers on them, man. People start running up and down, start running, trying to go everywhere when they see the chariots of the Lord start emitting beams.
Yeah.
The only time they're going to wake up is when the angels start zapping them.
I just want to read on a little bit more on that. Hebrews 11 and 14. I'll read 13 again just to get a bit understand. These all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off and were persuaded of them, and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country that is in the heavenly. Yeah? Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power, for He has prepared for them a city.
That's why I said that we're going to be a light to the Gentiles, and they're all going to come to our light. Because that's the better country, man. Okay, that's the heavenly. And that's where I said that we're going to receive our joy. Because you check out the word Eden, it means joy, it means Idon, which means joy.
The word
Eden. Comes from the Hebrew Idon, which means joy. So this which you're gonna that better country is gonna be our everlasting joy, man.
The Lord said leap for joy.
Huh?
The Lord said leap for joy.
Exactly. These scriptures is Eden. This is our joy, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Ecclesiastes. Huh?
That Hebrews 11 is beautiful. When you read it all the way down, it's beautiful scripture.
We need it, bro.
Yeah.
We need this, that faith. And this is Ecclesiasticus 1, verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Most are not going to defend you, man, if you lose that mustard seed, man, that talent. Guys that have fallen out, man. That's how Paul said, even now with tears. He said, even now with tears, in the Philippians, man, because they're enemies for the cross, man. Forget how it goes. I tell you, even now weeping, that they're the enemies of the cross, man. Who glory in their belly, whose end is destruction, roughly paraphrasing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now ain't the time, man. Now ain't the time. Now is not the time, man. That's dangerous, man. Imagine if you had no idea where you were going. That was dumb, man.
Also meditating on what you were saying about how the brother brought the scripture saying that these words are basically spirit. The angels are watching us right now as we're speaking. Like right now as we're speaking, like the Most High, the angels, they're watching us right now. So these are living oracles, man.
What we're doing is being recorded.
Yeah, we're being recorded, exactly. That's the right word.
Being recorded. Yeah. That's why I said all the if you sin in that day, all the righteousness that you did will not be mentioned. Because what you're doing is being recorded. It says so therefore he will not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? That's deep. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. And they that love him will keep his ways. But what will you do when the Lord shall visit you, man? What are you going to do, man?
Faith.
They're gonna
You don't make excuses. But think about it, what would you do?
But they're not going to hear them, man.
What are you gonna do? I'll make excuses. I don't care.
That's all you can. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
I don't
man.
think you'd be in
Okay,
your
look.
spirit if you make excuses
his
like
fault,
you,
man.
you wouldn't be able to talk.
That's open for mercy, you know. Open the hope for mercy.
But you know what, yeah? I'm gonna be real. I say that because we're laughing. But at night, yeah, when I come home from work, man, and I look up at the sky and I look at the stars, man, in the sky, I see chariots, man, moving. I see the stars, man. I saw like 4 last night. One was moving faster than the other one. It was moving at separate times. I looked at myself, I said, I'm not worthy, mate. Because when that time comes, I'm gonna present myself to Yahweh Shai as the unprofitable servant. I'm gonna be like that. Your unprofitable son is here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have that honorable. That's honor, man. You never know. Even if you are dishonorable, you can receive mercy just for that because you know you're not profitable.
That's how Proverbs 28
It's that contrite spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? But even if the Lord was to tie him hand and foot and cast him out into our darkness, and the angel was to about to throw you to us, I'll grab hold of the angel and say, no, please. And there'll be a fight like Jacob wrestled with the angel, man. I'll wrestle with the angel.
Three of them.
I'll grab hold of the and the woman that touched Yahweh Shai's garment, man, when he was being pressed on by the crowd, innit? That's what you should do, man. Grab hold of Yahweh Shai no matter what. If you know that you sin, don't care about it. Just do all that you can. That's why what it calls it. I press towards that mark, man. I press toward it. No matter what, if you fall 7 times, a just man, you get back up, man. Do it for yourself, man. Save yourself, man. Save yourself. You know what I'm saying? If not for you, do it for the brother. Even if you stand out here, and you know you ain't worthy, and you know there's a chance you're gonna get destroyed, at least come out here for other brothers, man. Come out here for them. Come out here for the brothers that will get saved. Hoping that the Lord will put them before you. I do that all the time. I say, Lord, I'm a hypocrite, but let me be a hypocrite, man. So I can save other brothers, man. Allow me to be a hypocrite.
That's the spirit.
Let me be the hypocrite. Just so I can use me as a hypocrite, so I can save some of your elect, man. You know? Push for the kingdom, man. What did that woman do, man? Let me show you in Mark, man. So, man.
Yeah, just come home, man. It's too late.
Mark.
Shaking your head.
I'm leaving to the brother, man. Yeah, well, we can talk all day long.
Where is it?
Huh?
There it is. This is Mark. This is St. Mark, chapter 12, verse 41. And Yahweh Shai sat over against the treasury and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury. And many that were rich cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing, which basically that's 1 penny, that's 1 pence. And he called unto him his disciples, and saith unto them, Verily I say unto you, meaning truly I say unto you, that this poor widow have cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all her living. So what can we learn from that? Put everything into this, man. Don't be half-assed about this, man. That's a woe unto the sinner that goes both 2 ways, man. You cleave it, you don't know what to cleave onto. Cast in all that you have. That's what I say. Love the Lord with all your heart, your strength. Put in all that you have into this, because you know that this is the only way. Everything else is all lies, man. And a robber and a thief. There's only one truth and one way, man. Everything else that this world has to offer is all lies. Money, cars, job, what your mommy says, what your grandmom says is all bullshit, man. They're all liars, man. They're all fucking liars, all of them. I don't care how innocent, sincere, they're all fucking liars, all of them. They're all demons working through them. They don't see it, man. They don't see it. They don't see it. You got the truth. You have to be confident that you got the truth, man. That you know where you're going with this. We've seen the child every night. I see them.
That's right, man.
So we know there is the Most High. Your grandma is a liar. I don't care. You know what I mean? They're all your family, man. They want you to see you make something of yourself. Like my grandparents, man. They're old-fashioned, man. You know, that generation of Benjamites, man. They want to see you make something of yourself and go to university and finish your degree. Fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
That even when we, before we even started to see the chariots, we already believed in the word.
Already believe.
So really seeing the chariots of the Lord, that's already shown.
It's a confirmation. It's a confirmation, man. It's a confirmation.
I got a precept like what you were just saying before, it's book of Ecclesiasticus 24 and 34, and it reads, "Behold that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom."
We read it louder.
Ecclesiasticus 24 and 34, and it reads, "Behold that I have not labored for myself only, but for all of them that seek wisdom."
Right.
And it just goes into like how you were saying earlier, like if you can still one of the elect out here, man, then you
would have contributed.
That's right.
You would have contributed to the cause, man, to the greater cause. You know what I'm saying? You would have done something righteous, man. And not for that, you never know, you can get saved off of that, man. Even though you know for yourself, you put those sins onto death, man, for me, man.
You got to be in that spirit when you speak to the Lord Bashim Hawashai, man. When you speak to him, there's times where I've said, Lord, if it needs be that I have to die, man, put me to death, man, for that to be sealed. The faster, man,
That's honorable,
to get out of this place, man.
That's honor. That's a man that he commits suicide just to protect his brothers, man. He get himself killed in a battlefield. You stand in the way of the arrow to defend his brother, man. That's a man of honor. That's like Jonathan. Jonathan loved King David. They two were that together, but they weren't of the same house. He was of the house of Saul, because he was Saul's son, so he had to follow Saul. But David was to be the anointed. So they had the house of Saul and the house of David, man. And Jonathan had to die. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? But it's all lies, man. It's all lies. The system is all full of lies and robbery. The white man is a liar. The so-called black woman is a liar. Your parents are liars. Your worldly friends are all liars. Even the sincere, good little ones that are trying to do well in this world, they're all liars, man. It's all a lie. It's all everything. That's why I said, let the Most High be true and every man a liar, man. You know what I'm saying? You got something, man, what you saying?
I was saying, how you speak about the elect. So you just speaks about how those that bring into righteousness are going to shine like the stars.
See what I'm saying?
So imagine that, they literally look like a star, this like a bright orb that's moving in the universe, man.
But that's what I see in the sky every night, man. I see literally a bright orb going across the sky. I'm telling you, man. I'm not lying. I've got these girls calling me, and I tell them, man, in my back garden, I see strange things every night, man.
Just same, and like you say, we might be in that moment, we might be praying in that moment, we're calling out the Lord's name, and it'll be brightening up even more, man, just to let you know it hears you, man.
Yeah, you filmed it? Yeah. Look. Hold on, what's that?
Never take take out my phone. I always forget to take out my phone with it. You know, it goes out my head to get my phone. I'm not really a guy that pulls out my phone. And
Bro, like, I tried to bring out my phone, but it can't really walk it. It can't pick it up.
Hand here, and the head here. Look, calm.
I've been thinking to buy a telescope. That's
what the girl told me to do. She said I should go get a telescope.
Hey, bro, you might be seeing the angels with the epoch.
This is what I'm saying, man, because I think I might be able to, once I put the spirit on me to buy one, I'll get one, innit? But
Binoculars are pretty much trash.
binoculars are trash. Plus, you, like, a neighbour might see you and think you're spying on them.
But to be honest,
And then
yeah,
I
my
said-
neighbors already know.
said to myself that maybe a telescope is kind of calm. Like I don't know.
Not really, though.
I don't know.
Not really.
I'm not calm yet.
You know, you got to look at our ancestors. You know, they were able to judge these things. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at it like they must have had these sort of apparatus back then. You know, it's some sort of reason. There's nothing new under the sun. So
The men of the ancients, they used to look like, you know, at the moon.
That's my point. Exactly.
You know, look at the sun to calculate the time, so it is. Show us our heritage.
This is on Luke 7, right? Verse 44. And he turned to the woman and said unto Simon, seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath washed my feet with tears and wiped them with the hairs of her head. Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, have not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman have anointed my feet with ointment. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. Right, that's deep, man. So when you said what? It said in the last verse is, wherefore I say unto thee, her sins which are many are forgiven, for she loved much. So when you sin much, you love much, it covers them sins, man.
Sure.
But he that loveth, what it says, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little, man. So who loves little? How do you show love? By doing this work, man.
That's why the scripture says seek him 10 times more, isn't it?
Seek him 10 times more. Again, what did he say to Peter? If you love me, what? Feed my 3 times, man. For the 3 sins. You know? To cover them sins, man.
Even I was speaking to the brother last week, and he was on the phone, and he said that's the spirit, because he said, how many of the communal that will wash your feet, man? You know? So you take your shoe off, man.
Hey,
brother,
boy,
you talking about
man,
your
you got
feet.
your big thing.
You know, so, but that's the spirit that we you know, we should be in, man.
Yeah.
That's a humble spirit as well.
Yeah. So wash a man's feet. Well, would you do it for the kingdom, though? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, of course.
Would you wash a man's feet just for washing a man's feet?
Yeah, I would.
Just for washing a man's feet?
I would too.
I would. To think about it, you know, I think I would. I would.
For the kingdom's sake, definitely. For the Arkham's sake, definitely.
That's right.
Definitely.
Remember,
That's a light thing, man.
That's a light thing. That's a
the
light
other
thing.
side, let's
Especially if you can see afar off.
Yeah,
That's right.
If you got the faith, definitely.
I think you would as well. It's like, but when you think of the long term, you say, well, Yahushua did it.
That's right.
And who are you seeking recompense from?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you would do it, man. You may not realize that, but you did.
That's right.
You imagine, it's just like, you know, it's just like brotherly love, isn't it? You know, that's very good, man. You know, it's not nothing wrong with
But that's in the kingdom. It says to the greatest among you, you should be served the servant, the greatest servant.
But who's to say none of the apostles' foot never stink? You know what I'm saying? Like, man don't know, man walking up all day in sandal. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say?
But it just goes to show that their mind was set, how our minds is set here today. Sometimes because they wouldn't even.
That's not the mentality. The mentality was
That's
different
right.
back then. Mentality, like when we talk about holy kiss,
That's
most
right.
men out here are not gonna kiss
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
right.
They're gonna see that as gay.
No, but then you get certain customs, certain like I think the Greeks, them like when you go to Greek, and I think maybe in France,
the French
yeah,
as well.
them as well.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
agree with it. You know what I'm saying? So just like it's a custom, man.
Yeah.
Like the British, they take it to another level. They're just proper base.
They pervert the word, man. That's
That's
like when
right.
Yahweh Shai said, me and my father are one. They pervert into a trinity.
Edit.
When it's just a father and son.
Like when they say there's homosexuality in the Bible,
Yeah.
where they try to say let me get it.
Pervert what the Lord says.
This is Psalms.
I know what, that's because we've got a wayward mind to start
That's
with.
right.
That's
That's
it.
right.
You know, but no, because they're trying to demonize the scriptures, man. This is Psalms chapter 2. But let me start from verse 10. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son,
Lest he be angry.
lest he be angry and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So they try and use that last verse for as a justification for homosexuality.
Remember one of the brothers them in Yaitwan, you know, the second camp, the central London second.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a dream, the short brother, he had a dream where he was in the kingdom and he just couldn't stop kissing Yahweh Shai's feet, you know what I'm saying?
I watched that one.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? It's humility, man. Yeah.
And he was crying in the video. He was crying on the video. Yeah. I know that was still. Yeah, man. So this is, you know, and then when they say kiss the Son, what does that mean? And it wouldn't mean literally. It means receive this truth, man. That's that love again. Like how that woman washed his feet with his tears and anointed his head with oil. That's love. That's what it's talking about. Yeah. So how are we, when we out here doing this truth, what are we in essence doing? We're washing the feet of our brothers, man. We're anointing their head with oil. We're washing their feet with the tears, man, of salvation. You know what I'm saying? And all that, man. You see what I'm saying? It's all spiritual. Because now, say if I was to go out to a brother now and wash his feet with my tears, that's not gonna save him.
No, you don't respect that at all.
You be like, nigga, get the fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
And even the video that you done the other day when you was in Junction, man, and you had the brother, and his spirit was low, man.
Yeah.
His spirit was low, and you felt his pain, man. You know what I'm saying? Me even watching that video, I felt both of your pain and tears dropping out my eyes watching that video, you know.
I had to walk off camera and stuff. Come back up.
But that's but like I say, that's the love, that's that brotherly love, man. And I get it. I felt the energy too, man. So that's part of like your job being out here, man. Like, you're not like this, like the scripture I just read. We're not out here for just ourselves, man.
We're out here for brothers. You're literally sacrificing yourself. It's not about you. You know, your feelings and what you want to do doesn't matter anymore.
That's right.
You've now forsaken yourself. And you've now applied yourself to this now. That's what I said, I must be about my Father's business. You're caring for the things that belong to Yahweh. Your son Yahweh Shiloh. You know, you don't matter no more. It's being selfless. A selfless act. You know, when people are selfish, they care for, they want to find their life. You've lost your life. It's no more about self. It's more about the brotherhood, man. That's why this truth teaches. It teaches selflessness. You think about brothers, esteeming each other before yourselves. This is what this truth teaches. Not to be vain, not seeking vain glory. You know what I'm saying?
And even if you are thinking about yourself, like you say, you're meant to be thinking about you're not worthy, man. But that's the only way you're meant to be thinking about yourself here, man. In that sense, you know. Because that same day I watched that video, like I spoke to the brother that day and I told him that I can't stop crying tonight. Yeah. That's literally that. I couldn't stop crying, man, that night. You know what I'm saying? But that's because, you know, that's what you say, man. You know, we hold
time where it's like just a revelation. It's not even a revelation, that's the worst way to put it, but you know, sometimes you just ask the Most High for mercy.
That's right, man.
It's like you open up your mind and you're like, you just realize how really wicked you are.
That's right.
Like you can acknowledge you're wicked, but then sometimes you just open your mind and right, and then them tears just. Like, I've been there. I'm not gonna lie. I've been praying at times and I just like something just open and like right, you're just wicked as hell, though, and you just pray for that mercy.
Right.
The tears. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I think while I've been in this truth, I've cried more times in my life.
than in the world. Yeah.
In my life, even before. When I was in the world, I never cried until I came to the That's when them tears. That's when I became living. That's when you're crying. That's when you know you're alive. You're living. It comes from an inner. It comes from your soul. You're a soul man. You know, it comes from your soul. Ecclesiasticus 2, verse 16. They that fear Yahweh will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Right. They said you're going to prepare your mind. That's what to gird up your loins. But you said a little article what that means to gird up your loins when a man takes his thing and he ties it up. Like how we were preparing ourselves to leave Egypt. We were girding up our loins and eating in haste, man.
God can't ever be erased, and God is very, very gracious. Remember me tell you, yeah? Have a good day. Bless you. Have a good day.
The most high is a racist, though.
We say God is a racist.
Yeah, the most high. He
We say that God is a racist.
Yeah, the most high created racism.
You see, okay.
He created different nations of people.
Okay.
So he invented hatred.
Okay.
You know the hatred that
For a test to see how everyone's gonna deal with it.
Yeah, but you understand
It was a test.
The hatred. Did you know that the Most High put hatred between the white man, so-called white man, and the black man?
See, so God is confident.
It's deep, you know, came from the Most High.
Yeah. I'm listening to me say it.
Remember you read before how the Most High put enmity between the woman and the serpent?
Yeah. But that's like what it is with racism.
Yeah, the woman is us. We're the Most High's woman.
Yeah, with the Most High's woman.
And the serpent is the so-called white man.
See.
He's the one that deceived the whole world.
Like Esau, I want to know, why does God say he don't like Rebecca's son Esau?
Huh?
Why don't God like Rebecca's son
Because
Esau?
the Most High doeth all his pleasure.
Where did Rebecca born Esau? What country was it? Is it Africa? No, nothing. Where was it? Haiti people.
So it's a balance.
Yeah. So God made it like that. Yeah, so when he was born, he said, I'm going to end up hating you. But you know what? Esau's people's got nearly everything. Yeah.
But you have to understand is that
Except for that.
the Most High has given power to them.
He said
The Most High has given
except
power
for
to
that.
them. Now listen, you gotta listen up.
No, but you're right though, what you said though.
This is Romans chapter 9,
Yeah.
verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Right? So there's nothing that they did that resulted in the blessing for them to receive their blessing. It's just of him that calleth. Not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto It said unto the elder shall serve the younger.
Okay.
Who's the elder? Who was born first?
Cain.
Esau.
Oh, Esau was born first.
Esau was born before Jacob.
Okay, yeah.
That's why Jacob
Came out of Rebecca.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Jacob and Esau.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says you said unto the elder
Oh,
shall
what,
serve the
Jacob
younger.
came first, did you say?
Yeah, Esau came
Oh,
first.
Esau came first, and then Jacob. Okay. Okay.
Because you have to understand, Isaac and Rebecca, they had sex.
Yeah, and then their kids came out, and that was their
Jacob
kids.
and Esau
Yeah,
came out.
Jacob and Esau.
But
Yeah.
Esau came out first.
First, okay. But they said Jacob, so I thought Jacob was first. But no, Esau was saying was first.
Esau was first.
Firstborn
firstborn.
from Rebecca.
Yeah.
Okay. And where was they born? In
In
Africa.
the Middle East. In the Middle
Yeah,
East.
that's Africa.
That's not
That's
Africa.
Islam, it's Middle East.
Islam has got nothing to do with the Middle East.
What's Middle East? What, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, ain't that
Yeah,
Middle East?
yeah, but that's where they confide. That don't mean that
They was born
it's got
there.
nothing to
So
do
what
with
part
Islam.
was they born in Iraq then?
No, they were born in the Middle East. The Middle East is talking about the land of what is now called Israel.
Okay, so what, they was born in Israel. But that's Africa, isn't it?
No, it's not Africa. Africa is that continent.
Israel is next to Jerusalem. What's
You
Israel then?
gotta get that back.
Yeah,
East
get a map.
can't be a middle of East.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So Esau is not from
East is East.
Africa then. He's from East. He's from Israel. He's from Israel.
You know, Padanaram is in the
Yeah.
Middle East. But now,
So there's confusion.
No,
Yeah,
Esau
no.
is the richest Israeli then, isn't it? Yeah, it must be him and Jacob is the richest Israeli.
right, look.
So why didn't God like him though?
Because the Most High was to create him to be the wicked.
Okay, so the Most High said when he's born he's going to be wicked. Sin.
Because he felt like it. It said in the Bible, the children
No,
of
God went forward in time and saw him doing wickedness, then came back and said when he's going to be born he's going to
Now
be
listen,
wicked.
look,
That's
look,
what God
look,
must have
look,
done.
look, hey,
Yeah, God
look,
went forward in
look,
time
look,
and saw his future.
You have to look. You
Yeah,
have to look.
dog.
Now look.
Yeah.
That's Africa.
Where was Esau born then?
You were born.
There, so he's an Israeli.
Like around that the
Yeah.
region,
Okay, near Turkey and Iran and Israel.
like that region. We see Jordan,
Yeah.
Lebanon. regions there. That's the land. That's the land that was.
And that's near
promised
Egypt
to
as
our
well.
forefathers.
So he's near the middle of everything where he's born
Like,
then.
Africa is not part of this continent.
No, but that's near it though, where he's
near
born.
it,
No,
but
it's
it's
near
not
it.
part of it.
Yeah.
It's near it, but it's
So
not
was
part.
he going to the pyramids when he was born then? He must have been going to the pyramids. Know what I mean?
No. You have to take this serious.
What, he was only near his bit when he was born?
This is Romans.
Israel.
I'll say for the edification of the brothers and sisters.
That's good education what we're learning still. Though,
It said, it was said unto the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have one people, one nation serving another nation.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
that's racism.
Yeah.
That's one nation saying
that wasn't
you are our
tolerated in them
servants.
days.
Huh?
Yeah, that wasn't tolerated in them days.
What do you mean?
Like them worshipping other religions and other different race and this and that. That wasn't.
Well, obviously you had different gods that were worshipped back then. But you have to understand because you're going all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm
Stick
saying-
in one team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elders are going to serve the younger. Talking about the so-called red man is going to serve the younger, which is us.
Okay.
Because we came out second.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, let's go to Genesis. You understand? Yeah, because we can overstand. This is
What
Genesis.
colour was Rebecca? She was black, innit?
Dark skin, black.
And what colour was the father?
Black too, Isaac.
Isaac was black. So how comes Esau came out white?
Because he came out because he had the leprosy.
Okay, pigmentation.
Yeah, loss of melanin.
Loss of melanin.
That's what came out red. You want to read it? Listen. This is Genesis chapter 25 verse 21.
Yeah.
Let me start from 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife,
Okay.
the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So Rebekah couldn't become pregnant at one point, right?
So how did she become pregnant?
Then he went to the prophet. The prophet said, listen, she's going to become pregnant.
Okay.
We're going to read it.
Sin.
He said, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So she became pregnant.
Sin. Where was Rebecca born?
Whereas this is talking about
Where
Padanaram.
was Rebecca born?
With this red, Padanaram.
Where's that?
Which is the Middle East. That's in the Middle East. In the Middle East.
That where Esau come from there.
Yeah, them regions there.
Okay, yeah. So they're all from that area.
Yeah.
Sin.
So I said,
See.
and the children struggled together within her.
Yeah.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, meaning she went to inquire of a prophet. Why is all this commotion going on inside of me?
Okay, yeah.
And that's what the prophet said to him.
What did the prophet say?
And the Lord, this is what it says, verse 23, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Okay, 2 nations is in thy womb.
Meaning 2 people.
Yeah, 2 people.
You got the 2 children inside of her, they're going to become 2 nations. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Okay, see.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
So what they're
So
saying?
who's stronger? Who's stronger at the black man and the white man? Who's stronger? Who's stronger in the boxing ring?
The black man.
Who's stronger in athletics?
The black man.
Who's better singing, dancing,
Black man.
lover?
Black man.
Exactly.
Everything black man.
Exactly. Who's the real inventor?
Yeah, so that come from God then, innit?
Yeah, it come from us. Jacob is the former of all things.
Is that Elohim?
No, Alahayo.
Yeah, what is Elohim?
Alahayo means the gods and the powers, the angelic forces, the angels. Okay, Alahayo, the gods, meaning
Allah
Allah,
means Elohim.
Allah, and then the Yom makes it plural, meaning Alahayo.
Okay, Elohim, yeah.
No, it's not Elohim. That's not the Hebrew way to say it.
Yeah.
It's Alahayo.
Allahayim, not Elohim. Elohim is the English way of saying it.
You know, that's Yiddish or something.
Okay, there's some other different name, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is the one big one.
Allahayim.
Allahayim, yeah.
You think of Allah like the Muslims say Allah.
Yeah.
Alahayo.
Allahayim.
Yeah.
Allahayim. Yeah. That means Elohim.
Yom.
Yeah. Allahayim.
Bro, there's no easy.
Is that, what language is that?
Hebrew.
Allahayim. That's Hebrew.
Yeah.
Ancient Hebrew.
That's the language of Abraham.
Okay, the language of Abraham.
That's the language that was in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the original language. Like when the baby is born, the baby speaks Hebrew.
Okay.
Mama, Abba,
Yeah.
Abba, God.
Yeah.
That's
the
Hebrew.
original language.
That's Hebrew.
See.
When you're born, you naturally speak Hebrew.
Yeah. See. Yeah, you're right.
You don't naturally come out speaking
These
English.
languages. Yeah.
You don't naturally come out speaking Chinese.
Yeah. For real.
A baby's born.
Yeah. Say Baba, Yaba.
Ba.
Yeah. It's Hebrew.
Ba, it says Hebrew. That's the original set of Hebrew when you're born. Okay? So it's Allah, Allah, maybe like a baby,
The
Allah,
human being has got a lot of languages, man. Loads. The human being has got a lot of languages.
Yeah, but the original,
That's
there's
the
an
original
original
language.
one.
That's the original one. Yeah. Then all these other languages came after that.
Yeah, they're all that's why Arabic is broken Hebrew. You see the Arabs,
Yeah.
they speak Arabic.
Yeah.
But they spoke Hebrew before that.
So Hebrew is rich and then Arabic exists, but Hebrew is even more rich than Arabic.
older.
It's
Older than
older.
Arabic.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get it. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of
That's
people
Rebecca,
shall be separated from thy bowels.
Yeah.
See, God wants people to be separate.
Okay.
People don't want people to come together.
Because we was all born.
See, the white man wants everybody to come together.
That's why.
And that brings confusion.
Yeah.
When you bring everybody together, that's why they're trying to bring man and woman together, unisex.
Yeah.
Trying to destroy man and destroy woman.
Yeah.
Trying to unify them together, that Baphomet spirit. That's why you have a man walking down the road dressed up like a woman.
Yeah.
Trying to merge them together. That's abomination, man.
With bra and
That's
everything.
abomination.
Yeah, that ain't right.
You know that ain't right, man.
Yeah.
It's not right for a woman to be acting like a man. Now, you know, you see a lesbian couple, and one of them is trying to act like that man.
Yeah.
She's trying to shape, trying to cut her hair short.
Yeah. One's a butch one and one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not right, bro.
Yeah, it's not right. None of it is right.
Trying to merge man and woman.
From a woman's kissing another woman, that ain't right.
It's not right, bro.
Yeah, it's not right.
So that's why it's all about separation.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Separation.
When you unify cultures, if you love your culture, you're not gonna want to join it with another man's culture.
No, you're gonna want to stick with
You
your
love
own
you
culture.
you like your thing, nice and clean.
Culture, I like learning
You
things
understand?
and answering about things. Let me
If you try and join your culture with another man's culture, it destroys the integrity of your culture.
culture, and they
It
don't
destroys
destroy the integrity of your culture.
the content of your culture.
Yeah.
So that's why you must separate it.
Yeah, separate it. Yeah.
You understand? To make everything, to order everything. When everything is
Yeah.
separate, everything ordered.
Yeah.
You separate the goats, the sheep,
the the lamb.
Everything is ordered,
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to go to the goats, you know, you go over there.
Yeah.
If you want the sheep, you go over
Yeah,
there.
if you want to go to the peaks, you go over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes everything in order,
Everything's in
decently
order.
and in order.
Yeah.
That's right, huh?
But when you put everything together, mumbo jumbo, and just make everything confused, you don't know where's
Too
where.
much mix up, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Too
Yeah,
much mix up.
yeah. So that what God don't like, the mix
God
up.
don't like all that.
Get confused.
Don't the most I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
said what? He said, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
See,
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Yeah.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
see.
You see that? So servitude.
elder shall serve the
That's
younger.
why the Most High invented servitude,
Yeah, yeah.
slavery.
Yeah.
He said one shall serve the other.
Yeah,
The Most High, we're reading it.
yeah. One shall serve the other.
So the Most High,
Straight and straight.
he's the one that institutionalized slavery.
Yeah,
One people being inferior to another people. Okay, so racism came from the Most High.
yeah, yeah.
It's God made. This is why no matter how much, this is why in that football, England versus
Italy.
Italy,
Yeah,
the
There was
true
no-
nature of the white man come out.
yeah. Because they got
True
mad.
nature
They
come
got
out.
mad when Marcus Rashford didn't
But you-
score,
but you know what's
and
deep,
the other
right?
one Sancho, and the other one,
You know what I'm saying?
the other one Seiko.
You know
Exactly.
what's deep though?
Yeah, they got mad.
Most Sam
They
made
got
them
mad.
miss them penalties.
Yeah.
They got mad when England didn't score. Yeah, no, they got no, they really got mad.
To glorify
They phoned them up and said, "Black bastard."
Yeah. You see, the Most High wanted the world, and the Most High keeps showing it.
Yeah,
But our people our people keep going back to that. You know what it is? Our people are so beat down
see, through slavery and through a lot of things.
that we don't have any power to do anything about it. The fact that
I can't
people
believe
here,
that what I'm saying. Yeah, he said the black people's lost power. Grass now.
we got no power to do anything about this racism.
Yeah.
So
We
what we
ain't-
do
we
is,
ain't- we ain't-
what we
we
do
ain't.
is,
But
we
he tries to
join
make the
with them.
message. Go Israel though. Israel.
What we do, because we have no power,
Yeah.
we join with our enemies.
Yeah.
We side with them and we act like, that's only a few of them. They're not all like that.
Yeah.
They're not all like that.
But there's a lot like
My
that.
boyfriend's white.
Yeah.
My friends is white.
Yeah.
They're not all like that.
Yeah, but that's
Our people retreat back to that slave mindset, man.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any power.
power. The power's gone for a long time.
Because if we have power, we fuck them up.
Yeah.
You will hunt them down and we go beat them down. We line them up. We line them up.
Really and truly.
We line them up.
Yeah, so I don't really know where.
We'll find them, we'll hunt them down, we go to their houses, we'll put them in vans, we'll line them up against the wall, we take the whip and start beating the shit out of them. Blood come out them.
That's if they're lucky.
You're laughing.
It's real.
That's light.
It's real.
And while their women stand there screaming,
Yeah.
the woman can't do nothing. That's a sign that we have
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
But we don't have
The man
right
has got
now.
power. The
And
man
that
telling
shows
the
you.
woman to shut her
And
mouth.
that shows you that we're in captivity right now.
Yeah.
We don't have the power to
We've
do
got the
anything
power, so
about
the
it.
captivity because of it.
So this is showing us, man,
Yeah.
that God has separated the nations, man.
For a
The Most
reason.
has put racism within the minds of people to be that way.
See.
Because I think racism is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because if I don't be racist, if I don't be prejudiced, I can't protect my nation.
Yeah.
If I say we're all together,
Yeah.
a man is supposed to protect his territory,
Yeah.
protect his lineage, protect his woman. So a man must say, listen, we can't join with your people. Because if we join with your people, you're going to wind up popping my women. And I'm not going to like all that.
Yeah. You're
So
gonna
I have to be prejudiced, I have to be racist,
Yeah.
and say, no,
Yeah.
you keep your distance,
Yeah.
because you're not our people.
Yeah. Straight. Yeah. That's racism.
Makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. You keep your distance. 'cause you're
Keep
not-
your
you're not our
distance.
people.
I don't want you popping my woman.
Yeah.
I don't want you taking over my land.
Rascal.
I don't want you coming into my territory
Yeah.
acting like it's yours.
Yeah, and it's not yours.
And it's not yours.
It's not yours. So what's not yours ain't
That's
yours.
why Alpha, like a lion, marks his territory.
See.
He pisses on the bushes to let other lions know this is my territory.
Yeah,
These are my women, these are my children.
Yeah,
You come into my territory and we're gonna fight.
Yeah, we're gonna kill you. Yeah.
Also,
Straight.
about the
Understand?
Brexit thing, you know.
Yeah, no, he's right. What he's saying. That's how
Brexit
it
is
is.
basically like an agenda where all foreigners out and all, not the people that are part of the
The
country.
Chinese is like that. The Chinese don't want no one.
Yeah.
A black man breed their woman.
See, that's right, really.
It's the same thing
But
we're
you have to
talking about
understand.
here.
You see the white people there at the football stadium? calling us, us calling us niggas at the football
Yeah,
match.
because
you
they
know
missed
what?
the
Yeah,
goals,
I'll
because
tell
they
you
missed the
something.
penalty.
They're in their right mind.
That's right.
Okay, see.
They're supposed to be like that.
Right.
The
Because
white
they-
man is supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
He's supposed to hate us.
Because it's it's their country.
Right.
So they're seeing it as well. Russia's been paid
They're supposed to hate
200 million
That's
pounds,
right, that's
so
right.
he's meant to score. You understand? He's been paid 200 million pounds, so he's meant to score for England. He's meant
what I
to
mean?
score for England, he's been paid.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
and
have to
Sancho's
understand.
been paid, and
Hey, listen, man.
Seiko's been paid.
See, if you're not glorifying Esau, yeah, you don't want to know, man. It's
You know what I'm
that,
saying?
it's that simple, man.
They're
Yeah.
supposed. You have to understand that